has a scent. It clings to silence, to stillness. When Nameless fell, we had no time to seep in mourning. His body still warm, his soul adrift, we turned our backs to the grief we had not yet earned. For above us, the clock tower stood, unwinding secrets too dangerous to ignore. And time was always watching. Within the tower's walls, amidst dust and rusted gears, we uncovered a logbook, a humble thing. 4 names, 4 sketches of lives. Natios, who loved the stars and music. Lynn, who carved horses and toys. Russell, who drank to forget and cherished his elven stepson. And Anderson, who wrote in capitals and loathed music. Each name paired with numbers. It read like a riddle. And we knew then that the Scalaire had buried their cruelty beneath the veil of a cipher. We matched names to desks, quirks to clutter, times to tones. And as the final lever clicked into place, the floor trembled. The tower opened, not in salvation, but in revelation. A device rose from the heart of the clock, mechanical, gleaming, grotesque in its precision. 2 canisters of nerve agent, viscous and green, and 2 more still of dispersing gas, designed to magnify its reach 3-fold. Death not in a vial, but in a breath, a weapon to strangle the very air from the city's lawns. We dismantled it, piece by piece. With trembling fingers and quiet resolve, we silenced the device. No detonation, no mass grave. But the timer had already begun its cruel march. 107 hours, a countdown to slaughter. And this was not the only device. The city harbored 2 more, hidden, waiting. We were chasing phantoms in a city of bones. When we emerged into the lightless day, Tamathan was waiting. A smile without warmth, a voice wrapped in civility and coin. He saw Nameless' lifeless form and offered aid, not out of kindness, but in calculation. He would front the cost of resurrection, if we would sign away our freedom. The contract was not etched in blood, but it might as well have been. 2,000 gold owed, no public affiliation with faith. Any help we might offer, redirected to his cause. Any artifact, spell, or truth unearthed would belong to him first. And we, the party of the dead, would be forced to speak his name as gospel. I read the terms, it felt a chill of chains yet unworn. And I spoke, I would bear the weight of coin, of labor, of pain, but not the weight of silence, not the burial of my beginnings. I was made in the image of sanctity, and if he would deny me that, then let the dead remain so. To his credit, or cunning, Tamathan relented. A compromise was forged. We could keep our faith, so long as we aided him first. If we could convince the church's refugees to take shelter in his estate, he would forgive 500 gold of the debt. It was not mercy, it was leverage. We took Nameless to the church. They raised him, though something went wrong. His soul had lingered too long in the silence, and Saber, somehow, had housed it. Now the two are tethered by a thread of madness. If they should fracture, their minds fracture with them. 10 days of fragile unity. Madden, frantic and furious, helped us unravel the second clue. From a document that Nameless had hidden, we discovered a map, a mark, and a name. Beneath the bridge, something was buried. We visited the infirmary once more, and I watched Fractis speak with the refugees. He did not lie to them. He did not promise safety, only a chance at survival. That was enough. They left with Thomason's escort, while we left with purpose. With pooled gold, we returned to Thomason and bought back our freedom. The contract died before it could tighten its grip, a chain cut before it could scar. With our debt paid and the veil of obligation lifted, there was no celebration, only the cold, familiar weight of unfinished duty. The city still held its breath, unaware of the fire sleeping beneath its skin. So we follow the last thread left to us, a name on brittle parchment, a mark beneath a bridge, a secret buried beneath stone and silence. We had braced ourselves for agents in robes, for scolaire whispers in the dark. But beneath the bridge, we found no scolaire. At first, we mistook them for beasts, small, turtle-like, simple. But they spoke. They played. And they were tragic. They were children once, taken from warmth and memory, hallowed and filled with profane waters. Twisted not by choice, but by the cruelty of another's will. They spoke of their mamas, 3 hags who would claim this underground place as their own. The children warned us not to disturb them, but we are not ones to heed warnings when a fuse is already lit. At the end of the tunnels we saw it, the second bomb. Not steel this time, but sigils, a glyph of wording, vast and blazing with latent power. It was a delayed blast, fired held in stasis, trembling on the edge of release. The hags sought to feed upon it, to make its power their own, but they were failing, and each pulse of magic sent cracks rippling through the spellwork. They would not absorb it, they would detonate it. We tried words first, promises, warnings, pleas. But they wanted the flame, not peace, not reason. And so we readied our weapons, knowing we were too late to stop the storm, but just in time to bleed with purpose. They rose, snarling, hungrily reaching for fire. And we rose too.